Good to have Shabbos, everyone. Shabbos Chayei Sarah, also Shabbos Mevarchim, the month of Kislev. So, a continuation kind of the idea we spoke about last week of Avraham Avinu's clarity when it came to Achnas Sarchim, of hosting his guests over sitting with the Kadosh Baruch Hu when he came to visit him when he was sick and recovering from his circumcision. So the pasuk says, Vayu Chayei Sarah, and it says she lived 100 years, 20 years, 7 years. Chayei Sarah, these are the days of Sarah. So why does the passage repeat itself? So Rashi says that all of Sarah's days were equally kulam shavla tayv. Everything she had, all her life was elevated in a single way of good. And we find, what is the life of Sarah? We learned an amazing sikha this morning, and connected also with the mimer we taught this week, that the Sarah had three unique miracles, and we know this from when Rivka entered her tent. It says when Rivka entered her tent this week, it tells us that the miracles that was by Sarah was also by Rivka. What were the miracles? Number one was that there was a cloud hovering over the house to protect. Number two was there was a blessing in the bread. And number three was that the candles lit from Sarah and Rivka from Friday night to Friday night. And the Rebbe explains that there's two messages that we have from this. One is the idea that Sarah, first she did her own efforts, maximized what she could do. She put up her own tent with Avram. She baked the bread. She lit the candles. And after a person puts in their max that they can do, Hashem blesses that tent that she put up has a cloud protecting it. That the candles that she lit lights for 7 days. That the bread that she makes has a blessing in it. That it's heavenly bread, so to say. But also the specifics of these three ideas of bread and the cloud, the dough, the cloud, and the candle represent that there's the food that is internalized, that shows that within the internals of Sarah, her mind, her heart, the things that within her, she maximized that in her service of Hashem, and then Hashem elevated, once she passed the max that she could do, to elevate it to a much higher level, to make it limitless. Her space, her makif, her outside, things that are beyond her limitations, so to say, of understanding. She pushed herself past her comfort zone. Once she did that, from Adam to Ma'id, from her limitations of a person to Ma'id in an abundance, God bless that. And the candle, which is an amazing idea, the Rebbe says. What's a candle? A light doesn't add anything. When there's a light in a room and the light is off, you walk around, you tap around, you could bump your feet. You don't understand what's going on. There's beds, there's tables, there's coffee tables, there's lamps. You don't understand the layout of the room. When you open the light, it doesn't change anything. All of a sudden, everything's understood. You understand why these things are here. Things that looked like obstacles initially in your life, things that you were tripping on. All of a sudden, not only are they no longer obstacles, you understand why they're there. It makes sense. Of course you have to have the table here. Of course we have to have. So the idea of the light is not that the light adds anything. But a person like Avram had the clarity to go leave sitting with God and go to the guests. Sarah had the light lit 24/7. 7 days of the week, from Friday to Friday, constantly there was the light in her life, the clarity. She understood what was happening, what has to be done, what she needs to do. And in a way that and how do we do that? Like the Rebbe says, we tap into what this month is, the month of Geula, the month of Yutes Kislev, the month of Chassidus, the month of Chanukah, which is also represents the idea of the or, the ma'or, the luminary of light. When you have Chassidus in your life, when you have the light of Torah, that you don't have separation, it unites everything makes sense. And just to finish off with, like the Rebbe says in the Maimon, the idea by Sarah was Bekulam Shavli Tov. What does it mean, all equally good? That in every situation in her life, everything was the max of what she can do, and it was the best thing that she had to do at that moment. She never was living one moment for the next, that she's going to do something for something else. Not only that, she didn't even have the idea that she has to lower herself. Like a person says, I'm gonna stop learning for myself. I'm gonna help someone else. I'm gonna go out and do a mitzvah. I'm gonna go out and help someone. I'm above. I'm gonna lower myself. Like the neshama, we say, lowers itself to come down to this world. No, Sarah understood that everything, when you connect to the essence, when you connect to the Ratzon, to the Bala Ratzon, to Hashem, to the Atzmus, where's the Kavanah? The Kavanah is right now. It's studying with someone, Aleph Beis, doing a favor for someone. Kulam Shavli Toiv, that she had to that because the light was lit up in her room, she didn't separate things. She didn't think that she's above and she's going to help someone, that she's going to stop doing something that's more important because there's a reason behind it. That's what Hashem wants, but really I'm sacrificing something. There was nothing better that she could be doing at this moment if she's doing what Hashem wants now. If learning with someone Aleph Beis, if helping someone was what has to be done now, there's nothing else she should be doing. So that kind of clarity that we have from our forefathers of Avram and Sarah, it was given over to all of us. This is what we have to have, and we should be blessed to have that light in our life. We should have that clarity, understand everything. No longer are things looking like obstacles, but opportunities and a way of enhancing our service of Hashem. In the coming of Mashiach Tzidkenu, that we, with all our efforts, we should push it over the line. Mashiach should come now in the month of Geula, before the month of Geula, the Shabbos when we bless Kislev. B'meher b'yameinu, good Shabbos.